Hey everybody, AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Banner Saga 2 Let's Play. So last time around we left off at the Ravens camp, where we are a little bit worse for wear. We're getting pretty beat up from all the combat we've had to go through lately. And so I think what we'll do before we set out is use up a couple days worth of supplies resting and get that morale up a little bit, get everybody kind of nice and healed, and then we can go ahead and move forward. So let's go ahead and do that. And our morale's up back into the good level, I guess. And how are our heroes doing? So we've got, wow, 4 guys with, oh sorry, he's technically here as well. So 3 guys with 1 more day's worth of injury left, and then 2 guys with 2. So I think 1 more day wouldn't kill us. Actually, you know what? I'm sure we'll be fine. We're probably not going to get attacked again so soon. If we are, we do have Spar and Crewmere that we can throw in, and then one of these guys can fight a little bit injured, so we'll chance it. Right, so let's head out. So what lies ahead? Bindle, apparently. Some of our heroes are injured and need to rest in camp. They'll be fine. Most of them just healed right there anyways.
The miners of Bindle are a rough drought. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
The old wanderer fights his way up next to you. Can't see a damn thing in this mess. Guess old Irinx hasn't forgiven you yet, after all. Huh, I don't think I read that right, but okay. I don't remember there being much to see here. The way things are going, might not be much of anything left to see before long, Spar says. End of the world or not, I'll be dead soon, but you might come to miss these mountains and mines. A grunt is your response as you both try to make out shapes in the distance. Okay, we got some kind of watchtower. This doesn't look good. A lot of people outside. A lot of tents. All these people are looking for food and a home. Well, anybody who can use a sword, go ahead and fall in. And I'm looking for ale. Is that so much to ask for? I don't know that I trust these walls. They're just like sharpened logs, basically. The towers look sturdy enough, though. The towers look like they're made out of stone. I bet that scout tower already sent word of us being here. Oh yeah, look, it's already falling apart. The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls of the mining town of Bindle. The gates are closed and you beat a fist against them. Open the fane gates, you shout. From the wall, 2 menders look down on you, then recede. Soon the gate opens enough for half-dozen well-trained guards to greet you. Their one-eyed captain points and says, "Just you." Folko steps to your side. "Not alone," she says. "She comes with me." The captain takes a moment to assess the situation and nods. Before following him through the gates, you bark commands to the other ravens to stay close and vigilant. Inside the small gatehouse are 2 menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear and a cub of a man holding a staff. Volka Zephyr, it is the Raven Banner. So it seems, but why here? Why now? Just passing through on our way to the Blue River, but this blasted storm caught us. Plan to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hold up. We brought some people with us. They need a new home. I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond our capacity here. Are you Bulwark? Bulwark Bloodaxe? Hold your tongue, Nichols. I like Nichols. What do you know about me, boy? I've heard all your tales. I can't believe your cold bear cloak is real. Is it true your axe handles are made from your own horns? The older mender places a hand on the young man's shoulders. Wow, I never knew I was traveling with such a legend. You ignore her. Are you in charge here? Where's the governor? The governor left for Aberrang a while back with most of the fighters to settle a dispute. The Mender Council sent me to bring the people of Bindle west as we've heard too many rumors of Dredge. More than rumors, we were in Borsgard, saw Bellower. The immortal Sunder? How did you escape? Immortal was a joke. He's dead. Nickel's eyes go wide in awe, but Zephyr looks pensive. What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Ormsdalr? We managed. Zephyr looks like she wants to press you for more information. Enough. Open the gates for my ravens. Mercenaries will only panic the people. With everyone from Ormsdalr, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yaks. Fine, we'll camp against the leeward walls. Thank you. You'll have all the assistance with your shelter Valka and her assistant can give you. Funny you won't let us in when we're on the job. When we're on the job for one of your own. You snarl at Volka for saying too much. She shrugs in response. I'm not aware of another Valka being out this direction. Who has tasked you? Juno. Zephyr steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Nichols, you and the guards see what you can do outside the walls for the people. I'll see to it and make sure the ravens are comfortable. The young mender nods respectfully to Zephyr and grins at you and Volka before leading the guards through the gate. I'm inviting only the two of you to stay within our walls and enjoy a bit more warmth and comfort. And separate us from my ravens? No. Suit yourself, but your mistrust is unnecessary. Maybe, but I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation. My superior? No, you must understand. You have no job. The Valka known as Juno is dead. What? I mean, we've been talking to her. Dun dun dun. They're going to leave us on a cliffhanger there. So it looks like we're heading back to Alette's party. Yep. And we're on the Eastway Road here. So where are we picking up? The once energetic Mender approaches, looking both worn and troubled. I'm not sure I thanked you for the time to recover. I've never woven a spell that strong before. Are you sure you're ready to move on? You look... I know, I caught my reflection earlier. It's a more mature look. The Mender grins and a hint of his former youth shines through. Not everyone would have stopped for so long, especially with the ground rumbling like it has. Let's see... Do you know what's causing the ground to shake? Remember the giant serpent that appeared at Einertoft? It felt pretty similar. But why would it be here now? Do you think it's following us? Avon pales a little, then shrugs. Anything is possible, so that's what you should prepare for. He shifts nervously for a moment before meeting your eyes. Does he know something else? Have you given him any more thought to my offer? I think some mending could really benefit you. You consider his offer. Do we want to make her into a mender? That would be interesting. She's not that great of an archer, so maybe it might be worth it. Sure, it might really help someday. I think so too, and you already know more than you think. I doubt it will take me long to teach you the basics, but you'll have to practice as we go. I'm placing some patterns on your bow. Trace them with your thumb at all times. Practice. Memorize them. Understanding will occur later. So are we going to get some kind of like magic archer character? That'd be pretty awesome. You think our morale would be a little bit higher considering how long we've been camping. Metal clanking is heard in the distance and grows louder. You see a Yox cart surrounded by 4 Varl and an older woman hitting a ladle against a pan. All sorts of things for sale, she says, but her eyes go wide when she looks at you. It's you! Special deals when it comes to you. How do you know me? Word travels fast, she says. Think you can slay asunder and keep it a secret? She clicks her tongue and shakes her head. Madir knows of you, sure enough. Why are you out here selling things? Madir sells things to those traveling, she says. It's what she does. Used to be as generous as... I don't even know where to begin there. Aseli? Mightier was, but that don't buy more supplies. Well, let me see what you got. Of course, she says, but make up your mind. Midir will be gone as quick as she arrived, and don't get any ideas of sneaking off with things. These four Varl have the keenest eyes, the sharpest blades, and the shortest tempers. You feel the Varl watching your every move. So what do we got here? Some kind of fang, a cursed fang said to fill itself with the blood of its enemies and grant power to those who would keep it full. +3 will per kill. Obsidian powder. Knockbacks on strength attacks of 4. Foulwind Crake. +2 strength, +1 armor per turn, -1 move. That's pretty decent for a tank character. Somebody who's going to be holding a single spot. Because they're going to get 1 armor per turn. Not on rest, just per turn. So their armor is going to constantly go up. We have a lot of renown, so it's not a terrible idea to spend some of it. Although we do badly need supplies. And she's actually giving them out for a fairly decent deal. Better deal than we got previously. Martigan's Fibula. +8%. Some of these stats are just like, I don't know. +8%. 2 times strength damage. Okay. This is like a crit, like +8% crit maybe. 2 move and -1 to drawing aggro. So that might not be a terrible item for like an archer or a range character. Or even a warhawk. Sowing dart. Talent ranks +3, 10% dodge, strength attacks, +1 move. This one's really good, and I like that one as well. Let's grab some supplies first, because we're in pretty bad shape here. We'll just take everything she's got, I guess. They'll give me 6 days worth. It'll leave me with 40 renown. Let's lock that in. And then I think we'll take this and this. And that'll do it. Morale's down again. We can't really afford to wait though, not with our supplies so low. Easy boy, a clansman shouts as a Yox cart nearly topples to one side. The tamped, is that a word? The tamped path of the Eastway Road has steadily turned into a cracked shamble. Looking ahead, it only gets worse. Various chasms gape like open mouths. You glance back to Avend, who looks at you and shakes his head. The entire caravan comes to a halt. We'll be eating our belts before finding a way across this broken road, especially with this many. And there's no telling how far we'd have to backtrack to head north. Then we'll head south across the Ormsa riverbed. We can head toward Grundar and on west. Trigvi peers around Hakon's elbow before coming fully into view. Heading south is questionable. Those people. Why do you say that? Maybe I spent a lifetime there. Plenty of things to eat under logs, but there's also people in the bogs. His eyes go wide. The Skald should hear my rhyme. But what's wrong with heading south? Different ways of living, old ways. Stick to the mud, and the cragsmen are less bothersome. I think he's talking about the boggers, the rough backward people of Swartzbog. Trigvi frowns at Ivor. Words like that can find you swollen, filled with poison. He puffs out his cheeks and stares at Ivor. This is why Varl tend to keep to themselves. Each human is crazy in their own way. Trigvi hunches over with laughter until he suddenly stops, sniffs the air, and marches away. Dude's a character. Strange, but it's a fair warning. We're crossing over into lands most of us have never seen. Just because we left those dredge behind doesn't mean we won't have more wars ahead of us. Well, at least new enemies to fight. If we had more supplies, I'd say we should stop for a few days and train some of these clansmen to fight. You consider your options. I don't want to risk running out of food. Are you sure? I know food's scarce, but if we're killed in a fight, full carts won't help us. Alright, let's train a little bit. Alright, well they're not hardened guards or fighters. They're not the hardened guards or fighters I trained in Skogar, Ivor says, but there's a chance they won't run at the first sight of trouble. He rubs his mended shoulder where an arm used to be. Not sure I can do much better than that anymore. Oh, so they gave it to us already. We don't have to wait. Let's see. Let's talk to Ludin. The prince is acting even more standoffish than usual. You and Ivor have caught him staring ahead and twisting the ring on his finger over and over. Ursa quietly stands nearby. Glad to be heading home? Ludin turns to the two of you and offers a polite smile. Even after that chasm, would it surprise you if I said no? Thought you hated being so far from Aberrang. Life on the trail hasn't won me over, but it's not all bad. It's even possible that I've learned a few things about leading people while out here. You, Ivor, and Ursa are stunned to hear the prince talk this way. I've grown up in comfort and trained with scholars and fighters. I've never known anything else. Saying stuff like that won't make you any friends in this caravan. But that's just it. Among these clansmen, I've seen the differences. I think I understand them a bit more. Oh yeah? What exactly do you understand? It seems they know just as little about the things I know as I do about the things they know. For instance, they know almost nothing about the kingdom's economy, and I know very little about making the things they sell. I know the trade routes, but they know the trade. You've never seen the prince this animated, but then his face falls. I just don't think the king will appreciate my knowledge. Ursa will agree. My father's not what you call open-minded. The king's a hard man, has to be, but his son is his weakness. The prince is his weakness? Don't listen to her. Watch your words, prince. What? I wasn't telling you what to do. An awkward, icy moment passes between the prince and his bodyguard. Interesting. She doesn't take orders from anybody, apparently. Meinolf was fearful of sending Ludin away, so he sent his two advisors to watch him. You're one of King Meinolf's advisors? Ursa gives you a wry smile. Regardless of who he sent to protect me, I had no say in the matter. Kings usually have to make tough decisions and stick with them. Maybe someday you'll see why. I know, I just don't think he'll care for my ideas on treating with commoners. What would you like to be called? We're all people, Prince, even you. You have a charming way of humbling me. Ursa rolls her eyes. Just keep an open mind about your father, the way you'd like him to have toward your ideas. That's something I've never considered before. I'll think on it. As Prince Ludin and Ursa walk away, you feel Ivor watching you. What? When did you become so full of sage advice? Since I started listening to you? Gods, don't start making that mistake. The two of you share a smile before moving on. I like that he's kind of taken on almost like a surrogate father role in the absence of Rook. It seemed like Ludin threw a compliment at Alette there. I wonder if there's anything to be made of that. Let's check out our heroes real quick. Right, so let's throw Gunolf in here, and I'd like to give him that item that we just grabbed. He is rank 4, so he can use it. Let's see, where did it go? Was it this one? No. That's the tanky one. We want to give him... Ah, crap, we can't give him that yet. When we get him up to level 6, we're going to throw him that. It's going to give him some crit, or whatever this stat is. It's something damage related. Some extra movement, which helps him getting around the map, and then -1 drawing aggro, which is good, because again, he's a DPS character. He's not a tank by any means. So we'd like to get him that as soon as we can. Is there anything else he can use in the meantime? What about this? The Bjarken rune? Yarken rune, maybe? Bjarken rune? Dodge strength attacks. Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. And Egil has an item. I'd like to get him in there. Honestly, Oddleif is not my favorite. I prefer Nid as range characters go. Who else can we throw in there? I'm tempted to level some of these guys up while we're here. What's she using? Her bracelet. +1 armor, strength, and willpower. That's pretty good, actually. And what's that other one that we just grabbed? Let's see. This thing. +2 strength, +1 armor per turn, -1 move. So we want to give that to a tank. +1 armor per turn. Yeah, this is better. So we'll give Mogre that one. He should be in there too. He's our only real tank character. We'll give him that. And then I think we'll give Egil, what's this do? +2 armor on rest. We'll give him this because that'll give him +1 armor per turn without resting. And we'll figure out what to do with the rest. I don't know who we're going to add to our party, but we'll figure that out when we fight next. Right, so let's just go ahead and keep moving. We're getting very near to the end of the episode, so I'd like to get a little bit more done before we break it off. So away we go. We didn't waste too many supplies, luckily, but we do have a little bit more fighters now, which is good. We also have a lot more Varl than the other party has. A group of 24 humans, thin and dirty, step off the rough path to let the caravan pass. Please, young girl says, anything to eat? Her mother, eyes averted, pulls the girl by the arm to silence her. Why are you all out here? Homes were burned, a man says, coughing. Cowards didn't even show a banner. Now we're just trying to get somewhere safe to start over. You can join us if you'd like. Worried glances are exchanged among the group until a man says, better than us starving out here on our own. They all tend to agree and thank you, joining the rear of the caravan. Got a little bit more clansmen there. And into the swamp we go. Once you cross the Orm's riverbed, the wind ceases to cut through the humid air. The darkening sky lets loose its rain, and soon fat drops of water turn the dirt path to sucking mud, slowing the caravan. Cloaks are pulled overhead, and children and animals are wrangled near the carts. Oh, cool, we got a little bit of foraging in there. That's the nice thing about having more clansmen is you can, grab some food out of thin air, basically, at times. I was hoping to avoid visiting this part of the kingdom for at least a few more years, Prince Luden says. At least others have had the sense to abandon this cesspool. As arrogant as he sounds, he's right. There are very few signs of life around you, yet you still feel like you're being watched. The lowing of the usually quiet yaks indicates the beast's difficulty pulling the carts. You're up to your knees in it when a scout comes to you. Found some stone markers that led to a few paths of solid ground over there. He points while shouting over the yaks. Uneven and bumpy, but easier than this. What did Trigvi say? Something about sticking to the mud? I thought he said something like stick to the mud and they'll leave you alone or something like that. Let's see, stone markers? Yeah, the man says. Don't look natural. Don't look like much of anything else either. Just some stones marking a path through this place is all I can figure. You would ask Trigvi, but he's nowhere around. Probably out gathering mushrooms. He said something about sticking to the mud, so could be more trouble than it's worth. We'll push on. The man looks surprised but shrugs it off. The rain continues and the caravan struggles to keep moving. It's gonna be rough, but what he said worried me, and this is not the place to kind of mess around. Someone's son is missing, Ivor says, motioning to a crowd, shouting a boy's name. A man with bleary eyes looks at you and says, he's my only son. He treats his white goat like his best friend. It must have wandered off and he's out there looking for it. The man looks across the rainy bog. I've got to find my boy. God damn it. Wait here, Ivor and I will find him. I'll remember to send someone else to you with bad news from now on, Ivor says as the two of you slop through the mud. After a way, you see the boy in the distance. He's pulling on a rope leash around the goat's neck. The goat is up to its shoulders in mud. Oh, great. Come on, boy, what's wrong? You heard the child ask the goat. You're sinking, come on. You have to try. You cannot move any faster to help, and soon only the goat's head is visible. The boy shouts again, you're my friend, you stupid goat. You're going to die. Tears roll down the boy's face as he sinks up to his neck in the mud. You're ahead of Ivor, but already waist deep and a few yards away. Ivor is up to his knees. Ivor, can you reach them? Just before the goat and his boy vanish beneath the surface, Ivor leaps toward the two, creating a huge wave of mud that splashes you. When you clear your face enough to see again, Ivor is there with the goat under his arm and the boy clinging to the giant's neck. The child thanks Ivor many times on the way back to the caravan, calling him a luckvarl. Ivor spits mud and curses. Alright, so our morale's back up a little bit, and it looks like we're getting near to the end of the bog here, and we're also very near to the end of the episode. So, we're going to go ahead and end it right after this conversation. The clansmen and the Varl follow you through the worst rain and mud you've ever experienced. An unfortunate break in slogging through the muck comes from a woman shouting, "Get away from there, who are you?" A couple of cragsmen, locals in rough-spun clothing that almost blends into the bog, jump back from a supply cart and brandish weapons. The roar of bears and other cragsmen come from around you. Oh, great. Well, I knew we weren't going to get out of that one without a fight. But, unfortunately, we don't have time to do it today, so we'll pick back up right here next time. We'll finish, equipping our party, level some people up maybe, and then go ahead and jump into the battle. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please feel free to share my videos however you guys see fit, and I will see you guys back here for the next part of our Banner Saga 2 Let's Play.